Well, this is the best of the best. This is the final grab of the day. We're jumping to grab game number 7. APBREN against ONIC. Who wins this one will be the world champions.
Right off the bat, we can see the Guinevere gonna be banned out. That's the last ban. 1-1 also banned out. So does this mean APBREN will take the Fredrin immediately, or Arlet? As we know for sure, Arlet has been the favorites of APBREN. But Matilda also banned out. Kind of makes me think, yeah, surely Bruno or the Fredrin should be the pick here for APBREN.
I almost feel like you got to set up for that Claude, man. Either you're going to use it or you're going to go against it, because both Super Marco as well as CW, which in my personal opinion are the standouts for this tournament, they're really showing up with the Claude. And I kind of feel like it's going to be picked up in the first phase. If you're going to pick up the Frederick.
The Theramis is the typical answer for ONIC this time. Maybe they pick up the Claude with that. Or maybe they take up the Bruno. Bruno Theramis or Claude Theramis. No reason not to pick it up if you're ONIC.
Yeah, especially considering they might be up against either a Claude or a Brody. Two heroes that up against the Netherrealm will struggle. ONIC can definitely go for the Theramis here with, I mean, just take a look at the bans, right? Just throughout this series, the progress that we've seen. APBREN started out with just Cryo heroes.
Kadena!
It's a Kadena for Sans. It's an Indonesian hero.
Keyboy.
Oh, you're right. That
We're
flex
talking
potential.
about ONIC. We're talking about ONIC.
Oh my goodness. Do you still want to go Lilia for APBREN, or do you want to pick up the... I mean, the Bruno is good. Theramis plus Fredrin though, that's a valid option here for APBREN because it's a classic combo. Decent versus the Kadira.
Oh.
There it is. Maybe they close it up with the Arlet.
Here's the thing, man. I kind of feel like that Kadira pick, we're forcing that Theramis pick because it's a good answer, right? Kadira goes in, wants to burst. What does the Theramis do? Cancels out that burst. So this Kadira feels like a bait, man.
Yep.
Something about this doesn't seem right.
The art of
Brody,
miracle.
a very early Brody here from APBREN. I mean, it did work before. That's instantly answered by a Terizla. ONIC are going in for their signature picks. Or the picks that work.
I'm looking at the draft here, and I kind of feel like ONIC, they want to have a very solid front line. I feel like they want to go in. I feel like they want to pick up the pressure. They want to pick up the tempo. Not letting APBREN time to think. Because APBREN is a very disciplined team.
That's right.
And if you break up their systematic, and if you, I would say if you break their formation, maybe at a game 7. In a best of 5, you can't do it. In a best of 3, you can't do it. In a best of 5, sorry, in a best of 7, that's where you see the cracks.
Yeah, you're right.
Because you've seen so much games, you've seen so much, you've battled against him so much, and you even mentioned like CW versus Super Marco, they might have developed their own relationship at that goal chain because of how many times they have poked each other out. It's a very likely option here. APBREN, gonna be looking for some bans on the Marksman for sure. Like the Claude still is a good ban for APBREN because you don't want to give that out. And also, maybe the Bruno.
There's no time to chit-chat.
They ban on the court anyways.
They're seeing this pick as suspicious as well.
Yeah.
This might be it. But if they ban out too many mid laners, maybe San's just like, yeah, no, I can't use the Kadira, no worries.
That's the beauty of using the flex pick here in Game 7, right? Meanwhile, for APBREN, they've gone for solid picks in their own roles for the Brody, the Theramis, and the Fredrin.
Yeah.
I would say the Fredrin can be flex, but for APBREN particularly, we've never seen it at M5.
Yeah.
We've seen it multiple times into the mid lane, even in ISF.
Yes. How about the Dyroth here for ONIC as the ban? Because we know for sure that the Dyroth is great versus the Baksha. Gonna be pick up, and obviously the Novaria from a few.
Yeah, we gotta look at both players' most used heroes, 71% win rate for the Valentina for Sign, 77% win rate. Novaria for few. Again, very impressive heroes where we saw doing quite well in this game so far. The stats is on the screen here. And looking at ONIC betting out the Grok as well.
Yep. My inference here is that it is a hero that can be used against the Kadira in a way that you spot out where the Kadira is. It's a bush checker. I don't know if that's a proper word, but yeah.
It is now. You said it on the world stage and what? Okay. 4 million people watching.
That's
If
right.
we could go up to 6, that would be amazing. But
Yep.
the final ban here, coming in from APBREN, we will see if Brent Rules, when Brent wins, I'll propose to my girlfriend.
W Mans.
W Mans.
Wait. But
Do
if-
it now.
Do it now.
Yeah, do it now.
Do it now.
Why are you waiting?
Projection, right?
Yes.
You gotta imagine it. You gotta
Either
do
way,
it.
do it now, man. Do it now. But Lilia getting banned out as well. They're really not taking the bait here. They
Yep.
do feel like this might be a key boy, Kadita. Now that they see this Brody, do they pick up the Bruno or do they still want a Claude?
Claude is going to be a solid option for ONIC, but if they don't pick up their gold layer now, I think they might be eyeing for something like a Harith.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was about to say that too.
It's a good hero. Maybe they pick it last. So now it means that they might pick
Happy
up.
anniversary, by the way.
Yep.
Happy anniversary.
They might pick up something like Edith here.
Oh.
It's the Faramis, of course.
1% ban pick rate, 100% win rate.
That's right.
That is against a Faramis, against a Brody, two heroes that struggle against a Yves.
That's right.
This is what happens in a long series, man. You wait to hold on to your ace.
Exactly. You exhaust everything and then
Bad Mirko?
I'm sorry.
Nani?
I said 4-0 something, remember?
You're not fair. You're not fair. Fair. Fair.
You're fair. That's true. Oof. Okay, now you're gonna be looking for maybe a roamer, maybe a rupee actually for APBREN because it can check the waves. Minotaur is also open. That's also a valid hero going up against Eevee. I mean, you don't get some of the real world manipulation, but at the same time, you stop him from doing it. So they Edith, they go Edith and the Khalid. So this leaves us with the gold laner. Will it be Harith? But that might be an overload of magic damage.
Yeah.
So they might just go standard. Go for Claude.
Yeah, go for standard, man. This is game 7.
Game 7.
You don't want to leave it up to chance. If they do pick up the Harif, then again, keeping their ace in their sleeve.
You know, Bruno,
Bruno or Claude, yeah.
Yeah, Bruno and Claude, definitely.
I think Bruno, more consistent damage. Claude can do the same thing,
Yeah.
technically with a lot of pressure they already have
Yep.
already, but
Claude.
CW is feeling it. CW is feeling it after an MVP performance in the previous game.
What did he do? He went in their base and he said, fight me. Fight CW. He took that fight. He got that wipeout. I mean, at this point, you got the momentum. Don't stop. This is for the World Championship.
And the thing is, if you're looking at to compare both of the lineups, we know for sure that this Brody composition from APBREN is very strong in the early to the mid game. Come late game though, Deceive with the Claude, and then you have the Kadira factor. It's gonna be hard to control the map. APBREN, they might win this best of 7. They should win this best of 7 only with their standard playstyle. Their early game.
To everyone tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the last game of the M5 World Championship, where either the Golden Road will be completed or the World Tour be completed. We're jumping into the game where this game will determine the World Champions.
Mobile Legends.
There's no other way to see it happen. One last time. Rizal Memorial Coliseum! Give it up for the two teams!
Now, Keyboy as well as Ogwen, man-to-man defense, looking at each other here. Looks like this time APBREN is opting not to go aggressive into the jungle. Kyrie, for once, will have an easier time farming up to level 4.
CW have to go for the Purify, knowing that it can be gone upon by Ogwen. And obviously, Flapteasy can go for the Flicker plays, you know. That can eliminate the Goldaner easily. So Wind of Nature might be rushed here by CW. Maybe his third item, or maybe fourth.
Okay, some damage placed down. Quick Sand Guard gets him a bit more HP. Kyrie already looking for an invade. Kelty's able to clear it out, just a big one though. Kyrie looking for a little small one, retrieves it, gets level 4, and pokes Kelty's, getting boosts a bit more prio in the bottom lane.
And again, we gotta look at how Sans and Keyboy, I gotta say this duo has been doing well for ONIC, but the same can be said for Few as well as Ogwen. I do feel like the composition that they both have, the mid duo is gonna be a very big impact in this game.
Speaking of the mid duo here for Keyboy as well as Sans, it's a tricky duo because you clear the waves fast, but you don't necessarily stay in that lane. It's gonna be up to ONIC on how they utilize this Keyboy Kadira, and at the same time APBREN. they don't have the best heroes to kind of check the bushes. Maybe Kyle TC could be there, but of course Few can save his teammates, but they're not built for this Kadira.
Few able to pull them in, but not that much damage. Both Sans as well as Boost just want that level 4. Kyle TZ already leashing the turtle in a position where he can cancel at any moment. Kyrie thinks about it. Well, Boost as well as Sans, not level 4.
Doing the same thing. Kyrie with the shield unity into the back right now. Able to connect it onto Owen, who has the Earth Shatter. And now the onward. Versus Moisan. Flapteezy finds it. The real world inflation. He popped in. First blood secured by Flapteezy. Another round coming down as Boost deals some damage. Retribution battle still for Kyrie, but Few finds it. And that's going to be a skill from Keyboy. Ogun, Primal Wrath. The Praisers Wrath. Ogun gets the kill onto Keyboy. And ONIC lose out in the first turtle fight.
Oh yeah, definitely APBREN won the turtle, won the fight. This is the usual story of this best of 7. Look at APBREN to win early.
It's the early game for APBREN all the time. They're the masters of the early game that we saw all throughout this M5. Every time that they win, they destroy their enemies in the early stages. And you gotta say, FatTZ started the charge once again, going in for the flicker play. In fact, they have both Sans. Sans forced to use the flicker and the real world manipulation to try to keep himself alive. But in the end, during the turtle fight, he was a non-factor. And it's all thanks to FlapTZ.
Yep, now looking at the item builds here, the Cloud has to delay a little bit just because he has to build a little bit of defense, but Boots getting attacked here.
Look at that burst. My goodness. It goes Bursters as well. Boots, defensive penalties on. Calvini dives. Flicker out. Real world manipulation. Popped down by Sans. Owen. This posturing. Zoning Boots away. Meanwhile,
Looks like CW just wants to farm up safely here. And again, ONIC, they have to find a way to slow down the game while APBREN has to figure out how to get these objectives because they've been getting the kills. They got the turtle. The faster they can get the outer turrets, the more space they're going to deny from Keyboy.
However, Few with 2 assists and a lot of late pile. Able to get to level 6. It's actually almost a level ahead of Suns. Gonna be waiting for that. That's a massive lead that APBREN has. More resources, more EXP means that in the early stages of the game, yeah, surely they have the advantage and they can team fight. And eventually, they will activate Super Marco. Fortunately for ONIC, the turtle is onto the bottom lane where Super Marco is not at. That means that they might not suffer from the Brody, but all the same, ONIC, they don't have the best tools to go up against APBREN anyways.
Yep, and now we're looking at a turtle. Kyle TZ initiated. Kyrie finds Flap. The Flap just wants to wait a little bit of time. He sees Sans.
puts him down. There's a good amount of damage. Caltesi as well there. Both junglers at level 7. Flap on the turtle. No quick sand guard this time round. Kyrie picks up the gold buff. Meanwhile, up top, there's also a little bit of a gank. Oh, going to be caught. Taken down. Kyrie versus Flap versus Kyle, and it's Flap who takes it. Kyrie brought back to the team of the Shadow Stampede. The real world inflation. Not enough to take it down. Kyrie with the 2.
Whoa!
And that is a trade. 1 kill up top for a turtle for APBREN.
Kyrie is one of the only junglers that can play a utility hero like an assassin.
How the hell did he thread the needle? He gets out and into safety. Unfortunately, he still missed the retribution. So, that's still massive coming up from APBREN. Almost a free turtle, if you think about it, because they didn't lose anything. At the same time, ONIC had to just back down after all the investments that they did.
Few in the mid lane, very low, nether realm. Popped in, Kyrie brought back to the team like onward. They're shattered. Connecting from the eye! With a rope wave! Owen going! Few as well! Now it's Kyle! With a Razor's Wrath! Boy finds the enemy! Another one on the Marco! But Sans picks him up!
This is why I say, man, Super Marco, as well as CW, they're developing a relationship. Super Marco came in and was like, I want to go down, but you're going to come with me.
And that's a positive trade, obviously, for ONIC as they switch back toward their side. They give two assists to CW, 1 kill after that. Eventually he died, but that's all good for a Claude who's looking for farm in this early stage of the game. Most importantly, they have punished Kyle TZ, and ONIC have recovered. It's gonna be good for the Indonesian squad.
I just want to say, man, this time they're picking up the pace. Both teams are fighting, I would say, in a faster tempo here. Both teams are finding the mistakes, and this is what happens in the best of 7. Keyboy, I gotta say, very good counter engage
Wonderful.
coming in from APBREN. Is like APBREN it strikes, but then Keyboy is just like, I'm just waiting for you guys to clump up.
And look at
I
his
want to deal
position.
maximum damage.
Look at his position right now. He's trying to pin down Super Marco without the flicker. He does have the petrify. Super Marco not feeling so confident, walking towards that bush, and that's a smart decision on his part.
I mean, at this point, he doesn't want to get wet, man. Like, he smells something, and he's like, I'm smelling a fish.
Kyrie smelling an engage. FlapTZ jumps over the petrify. He knocks FlapTZ out, but he's still able to get out in time. The big sand card buys him a little bit more time. CW able to back away with a battle mirror image, but he did just bait out a raging sandstorm and a quick sand guard.
That's good enough because Sans can pop the ultimate this time.
No petrify this time though for Keyboy. CW no blazing the web. FlapTZ jumping forward on the Sans. Doing a bit more damage. CW trying to turn it around. Earthshatter open, compromised.
Oh, look at the
Onward,
turtle.
out turtle. CalTZ finds it. A beautiful retribution, a beautiful macro play by APBREN.
Looks like ONIC, they just want to get some kills. They don't really want to contest with the turtle because we saw that they are basically avoiding the turtle. They just want to go in. They want to get Super Marco down because Super Marco looks like Keyboy has to use the rough ways to escape.
You see APBREN pushing the envelope up top.
Blazing the wet on the Super Marco. Still able to disengage for now. Punts in the stacks to Zone TW away. Does the same to Kyrie, and Boots is waiting in that bush. FlapTZ needs to back off. And ONIC and APBREN, both these teams.
Look at CalTZ. He's taking advantage of this chaos. He's like, hey, if you guys want to go up top, I'm going to go to your purple ball.
It's a massive win. The retribution, he steals it. APBREN are making micro moves that eventually pile up. And now it's great macro from APBREN. They have regained the lead because of the small things that they have done. And they are doing it cleanly.
Oh yeah, very clean. Right now, ONIC, it looks like they're being more responsive than being proactive. Whatever APBREN is doing, they want to counter it for better or for worse. And APBREN, I kind of feel like they're starting to understand the mentality coming in from ONIC. So if you guys are waiting for us to make a move, well, we're going to give you the sleight of hand. We're going to show you the left side while we take something from the right.
Proteus up top. That means ONIC might go for the push here. But FlapTZ ever so on point with the defense. And APBREN are just denying everything away from ONIC. ONIC just can't catch a break.
Yeah, look at the position from ONIC. Everyone is on one side of the map.
Sans now engaged on right now,
No
not able to
flicker.
pop anything in time, and falls. Keyboy in the midst of it all, petrified, rough waves, taunted up, cancelled out,
What a
too
cancel.
bad! CalTZ shuts Keyboy down! A turn of memory onto Kyrie, who pops in that Tortoise's poised Sans, and APBREN now with a significant advantage in the
no.
mid-game.
The mental distress, man, is getting to ONIC.
That's right.
Sans now making mistakes.
And the problem there for Sans as well as Keyboy is that they're not tanky heroes. They're eliminated easily. They didn't have their flickers. And the thing is, the Lord was already respawning during that time, so every single move that ONIC did in that fight is a mistake. And APBREN punishes with a Lord take.
Right now, APBREN 3,400 gold lead. ONIC, they have CW on the squad. It's possible. But APBREN, I don't feel like they want to wait that long. They're waiting for that point where ONIC will concede a team fight. And then they might try to push to end.
Stampede, Kyrie with the flank. A weird angle, an off angle to catch APBREN off. The Purify can be used up by few. CW claims the orange buff. Keyboy gets out of the taunt. Lord spawning back in the land of Dawn, this time on APBREN's side of the map.
It'll be the defense for ONIC. Fortunately for them, they have all the tools to defend. They have an Eve. And this is something that they can use to bridge the early game to the mid game. At this time, ONIC needs to go full anti-disaster protocol now. They need to just regain their part of the map at least.
Yeah.
And they can use the Eve for that one.
So Marco able to get the turret up top. Kyrie so far is taking the opportunity of APBREN setting everything up for him to farm for himself because he understands that he needs to get as tanky as possible.
Hold up, that turret. Ooh, still kept alive by ONIC. Now looking at the mid lane, tier 1. Boots holding it down, but the turret should fall. Tier 1 over to APBREN.
You see what move coming out from CalTZ, zoning other members of ONIC by just literally walking down, and APBREN are taking an easy turret in the middle. Further increasing their lead to 4K, and of course they're gonna get another turret. Now ONIC, the base falls.
This is not looking good for ONIC. You can hear the cheers coming in. APBREN has the energy coming in from the crowd. Boots goes in, Kyrie as well.
Does the same, now taunted up. Brought back to the team. First voice shot's gonna be used up. Caltizi has the appraiser's rack, gets chunked out. Penalty down by Boots. Caltizi raises his hands to the back. Keyboy looking for flight right now. Goes in, but doesn't find anyone. Rough waves. Only on to one. Boots brought back once again. Owen can steal. Earth shatter to lock Boots down. Cal doing the same thing. Keyboy with oddity. Caltizi lock up. Over the follow-up. And that's the Earth shatter to lock ONIC down.
ONIC, they made a move. That was a brave engage. Everything went right, but the damage was not enough.
Mid lane base turret at risk of getting taken down. One more shot. Two base turrets. 10 seconds on the clock for Keyboy. 6 for Boots.
Admirable coming out from ONIC to go for the play. This Boots landed a beautiful penalty zone, but they didn't have the damage. And Sans was hitting back. In fact, CW was babysitting Sans during that time because he knows that the Khalid will eventually jump and they needed to punish. What that meant is that after the jump coming up from Boots, there wasn't any follow-up damage. Even the real world manipulation is not enough because the Nether Realm is available. So ONIC tried to go for the play, didn't have the items to back it up, and unfortunately lost so much because of that gamble.
APBREN now doing the Lord as Kyrie.
One against
Oh
three.
no!
Brought back and take it down. ONIC on the brink. And APBREN capitalized. Now onto Boots. DPC. Keyboy with oddity. With the rough waves. The Nether Realm saves it. CW with a purify. APBREN are running ONIC down. Keyboy gets another Sans blows. Super Marco has slain the mid lane.
But there's no defense. Sans is down for 30 seconds. There's a fat minion of waves in the bottom lane, and they have the Brody.
Mid lane gonna be cleared up right now by Boots. He's still holding on to the bottom wave.
The base!
Out as well.
They're gonna end
Look at
this.
the base. They're looking at the base. APBREN, the Sky Kings, have been taken down. The Golden Road to death. Ben Love Malagas.
The host country has never won a World Series. Look to the stage. They kept the trophy here. They continued the domination. They are the Curse Breakers, the two-time World Champions. They are APBREN. It's a pleasure working with you, gentlemen. My name is Abel. Alongside with me, Wolf and Marco. It's a pleasure serving all of you here. But now we are throwing it over to Mara with a World Champions.